military coup of Egypt. There are no elections. Just like shark teeth, Mubarak has been removed and another row has rolled up. And then we're told this is freedom? The people are smart enough to understand what's happening. And if the globalists want dictatorships in Egypt and in every other country they influence, what do they want domestically? And we know they want a police state tyranny. And the very same corporate interests that run Egypt run the United States through fraud. And they're threatening members of Congress. They're assassinating people. And we are all under this yoke of global corporate tyranny. But once we wake up and are aware of it, it loses its power. So wake up. To learn more about this and other vital topics, visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the sites, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want. Okay, so there is that little 5-minute video, the takedown of Hosni Mubarak. And it is, again, available at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. If you want to send somebody a 5-minute video, so you don't have to talk till you're blue in the face. Talking to my neighbors, talking to friends, family. They say, well, what, you're saying the revolution isn't good in Egypt? And I'm like, no. The people have a right to revolt. They don't deserve to be under a dictatorship. But our supposed government chooses to put dictators in and to support dictators all over the world, including Hosni Mubarak. Then suddenly they tell Mubarak to step down. When he doesn't step down, he has a stroke and disappears, and it's not a bigger media issue. And then there's the larger discussion in all of this that we have to look at, and that is, why on earth does our government try to put dictators in around the world? And what does that mean about what they want to install here in the United States? And then it goes even further. How do they go from telling us Mubarak's a great guy to overnight, this is democracy, this is freedom, this is great what's happening? I mean, don't people put two and two together? They're not even setting up a constitutional republic. They're not even setting up mob rule democratization. They're just putting in the military men that were below him. And we know that Mubarak refused a year ago to get behind an attack on Iran. That is, to politically support it and allow aircraft to overfly and land inside the country. And it's on the western flank of Israel. We know that he did a lot of other things that made them mad. And so basically a message is being sent, you do what you're told or you're going to have a stroke. Mubarak was told to step down. Our media said he was going to step down. He was supposed to give a speech and step down. He defiantly got up and said, I'm not stepping down until September. I've got to have this transition of government or the country's going to be engulfed into chaos. And he went further and said that more radical elements of Islam are going to get control, and then we're going to end up having wars. That's the plan, Mubarak. That's the program that the globalists want. That's the strategy of tension. Brzezinski's written books on it. Kissinger's given speeches on it. This is not a secret. But the social controllers are counting on the general public not looking into this because it's too sophisticated on the surface. Let's go back to your phone calls. I had Luke Rudkowski joining us. Brian in Connecticut, thanks for holding. Welcome.
Hi, Alex.
Hey.
Yeah, the thing is, you just did that video about the media not covering what's going on with Mubarak. It's quite obvious why they're not covering it. It doesn't suit their agenda. They want to try to keep us, in the dark. Now, throughout all of the videos, the documentaries that you have brought to enlighten people, which I give you enormous respect and admiration for, the thing that I'm having a problem with is I've been unemployed for almost 2 years now. My benefits are going to be running out. My girlfriend works in retail. Her hours are being cut. Even during the busiest time of the year, during the holidays, she was working on part-time hours. So our funds are running out. I don't have the money to go make flyers, to make stickers. Anytime I look to find activist groups where I can join with them and go to my local government and protest what's going on, it almost seems like I'm being hindered from making connections with these people. I can't search through search engines to find them. My question to you is, because you are a leader to the people, people are looking to you for direction. Is there any way that you can help in making connections from person A to person Z, from the East Coast to the West Coast, so that people can actually start to organize to make a movement? Because in my eye, I feel as though with what's been going on with politics since Reagan, since, even way before, they're just puppets. Obama came in screaming change. I'm going to change. I'm going to change. He pulled the 180. What's to prevent Ron Paul from doing the same thing? I'm very skeptical. I don't know who to turn to. I don't know who to trust. And I'm scared. I'm afraid. I lose sleep at night. I talk to all my neighbors. I talk to my friends. When I go into stores and I pay the cashier, I try to get their mind thinking of, what's going on, maybe looking into it. And it just...
Sure, Brian. Brian, I understand your concern, and I appreciate your call. Let me try to briefly answer that extremely deep and complex issue that you raised there. Let's just take one part of what you said, because so much was said. I can't do everything. I've tried for several years to build a social network that works right. We built one that got 30-something thousand members and started crashing and having problems. I built another one last year, paid for it, didn't work right. I've got now people hired in-house trying to just build a basic one for people to get connected and together. So I'm working as hard as I can. That said, I hear you. We're trying. I'm trying to step up to the plate here as best I can. Now, on the other issue of Ron Paul, look at Ron Paul's voting record. It's perfect as a constitutionalist. It's unbelievably good. He's a constitutionalist. And so you judge a tree by its fruits. Obama was a guy who said that he believes in the total abolition of firearms. He's a guy that gave speeches about how he wanted socialist health care. He's a guy who was financed with 4 times the money of John McCain by Wall Street and said he was going to be an anti-Wall Street corruption candidate. So a lot of that is just basic research and discernment. I mean, we didn't say Obama was going to be good. We said Obama was going to be bad and do just what he's done. And I made the seminal film, Obama Deception, that's evergreen and gets more important with time. Watch it. It's free online. Doesn't matter if you're not employed. It's free. Just Google the Obama Deception. Watch it for free. Email it to friends and family. That's basically free. I can't do more than that. But just to say, I don't know who to trust. I don't trust Ron Paul. Okay, well, whatever. Run for city council yourself. You may not win, but you'll be able to be at the debates and inject real ideas. But, to just say, the globalists want you to give up. They want you to see how much fraud they've engaged in and then not believe that you have any power or there could be somebody real. Ron Paul is not the answer to all our problems. He's just one component to the answer, and that answer is resistance. Resistance is victory.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As they're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
I have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
We are now into hour number 3, coming up in 30 minutes. Gerald Celente on the economy, on the food riots intensifying all around the world. We're going to also get into other developments dealing with the internet kill switch. USA Today now finally covering it. It's real. It's happening. But Luke Rudkowski, the founder of We Are Change, hundreds of chapters around the world, confronting every globalist you can imagine, getting in Dick Cheney's face at CPAC last week. That video's now gone viral at wearechange.org and Infowars.com. Listeners, you did a great job. You made Cheney stand-down order the #1 search term yesterday. A whole bunch of news picked up on it and went, wow, you mean the head of the Transportation Department did say Cheney ordered to stand down, and they see the congressional C-SPAN clip? I mean, it's really gotten the word out. Luke, there's so much to discuss here, but in this segment, why don't you tell folks about the founding of We Are Change who may not know all about it? And it's an idea. It's not centrally controlled. That's why it stopped infiltrators from being able to bring it down, because it's an idea, and ideas are bulletproof. And just the hundreds of globalists on both sides of the fake political spectrum you guys have confronted.
Yeah, I mean, We Are Change, you brought up a perfect fact, is an idea. We're not really an official organization. There's really, there's no there's anything really special about it. It's just about fighting for liberty and doing the right thing. People get caught up with different organizations and who's doing this and who's doing that, but really it doesn't matter. It's only the good work that people do to help promote education, to help other people, that really matters at the end of the day. And I just started going out there confronting Zbigniew Brzezinski, and ever since then, it's just been an onslaught of, David Rockefeller, Giuliani, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, the other Rockefellers, and so many other individuals we were able to confront. And the best thing about this is we were able to inspire so many other people to take action in their cities, in their towns, and do the same thing.
That's right. We've seen Rothschilds confronted all over the world. And we now see other groups forming and confronting people, and that's good because it makes there's more targets of us out there, harder to stop us. We've seen Al Gore confronted. I mean, you name it. Jon Stewart, whose brother runs the New York Stock Exchange, telling us how good the New World Order is. He's being confronted. His goons attacked you guys and got arrested. I mean, we're really showing who these people are.
Exactly. We just confronted David Horowitz, and I'm going to have more videos ready for everybody from, my actions at CPAC. We got Newt Gingrich. We got James Woolsey, the former CIA director. We got Michelle Bachmann. We're going to have so many more videos ready for everybody, and I'm just going to make this, pretty much my full-time job. I want to go out there. I want to go to the Trilateral Commission meetings, the G20 meetings, the Bilderberg meetings. I want to go out there and, be there wherever these people are and get in their face with the truth and just let them know, because it is such a powerful act to let them know that we are not, we are not sheeple. We are not stupid. We are intelligent, caring people who give a damn and will make a difference in this world. And we will tell you, no, we're not going to have your one world government. You're not going to try to, destroy this economy.
And now we see, folks, even when David Rockefeller is in Chile being confronted eloquently, we see Zbigniew Brzezinski, and this is the key, and I want to talk about when we come back, but the globalists create a climate that is going to cause rebellion, but then they're going to try to steer the revolution towards solutions that bring more corruption, more power, more world government. That's why what We Are Change is doing. And I'm just so honored, folks, because Luke's openly, and again, it's an example of what he's now inspired and what then others inspire. Luke watching me get arrested by Bush or confronting, other world leaders. And then Luke got mad, went out and started doing the same thing, and now others are doing it. And it is a chain reaction. Luke.
It's a continuing spiral, and, I got to shout out Matisse Rojas.